Well, in Washington, no one is blinking in an escalating showdown between Republicans and Democrats over budget cuts, which could force the first government shutdown in years. Without a deal, the US federal government will run out of money on Friday. Talks at the White House failed to resolve the deadlock, with both sides blaming the other. And an angry US president has told reporters a shutdown would be inexcusable. Craig McMurtry reports.
Speaker-elect John Boehner, representative from Ohio, and the Escort Committee.
It was always coming, a showdown between Republicans and the President over spending cuts. And it's Ohio Congressman Republican Speaker John Boehner who's the man in the middle.
Now, we're not going to allow the Senate nor the White House to put us in a box where we have to make a choice between two bad options.
Hello, everybody.
He's in Barack Obama's sights for refusing to cut a deal to keep the federal government running.
We can't have a my way or the highway approach to this problem.
But John Boehner's also being targeted from within by a large class of new Republican House members backed by the Tea Party movement who want much deeper cuts in government spending.
It's extremely tense. We're about 1 or 2 minutes from midnight, I think, with a shutdown.
Maren Coggan writes for online newspaper Politico. Congress is her beat, and watching the Tea Party-backed members, her specialty.
He faces a ton of pressure, both from these Republican freshmen and then also from the Tea Party outside. I mean, they've been protesting last week, they'll be here again this week, and they're going to make sure that the Republican Party knows that they're watching.
She says John Boehner would like to make a deal, but is in a bind. Conservatives not only want deeper cuts than the $33 billion offered by Democrats, they want to cut funding for the President's hard-fought healthcare changes, public broadcasting and Planned Parenthood programs.
We in the House have consistently said we don't want to shut government down, we just want to cut spending.
It looks like the Republican leadership has been totally taken over, lock, stock and barrel, by the right-wing Tea Party elements who have said it's our way or shut down the government.
The White House also believes that politics and ideology are getting in the way. A frustrated president says a shutdown's about the worst thing that could happen to a US economy showing some signs of recovery.
It would be inexcusable for us to not be able to take care of last year's business. Keep in mind, we're dealing with a budget that could have gotten done 3 months ago, could have gotten done 2 months ago, could have gotten done last month, when we are this close simply because of politics.
This is the path to prosperity.
Republicans aren't simply arguing over funding this fiscal year, which is already half over. They're also trying to draw a line through long-term spending, unveiling an ambitious deficit reduction plan that carves out an astonishing $6 trillion over the next decade. Its architect, Wisconsin Republican Paul Ryan, says it isn't a budget, it's a cause.
Washington has been making empty promises to Americans from a government that is going broke. The nation's fiscal trajectory is simply not sustainable. The debt is projected to grow to truly catastrophic levels in the near future, leading to an economic collapse and a diminished future.
It's time to win the future.
For many Republicans, public alarm over the economy and debt is the best path back to the White House in 2012.
In order for America to take a new direction, it's going to take a new president.
Maren Coggan says for the Tea Party House members, it isn't just another issue, it's the issue.
I think that this is the absolute most important thing to these 87 Republican freshmen who make up over a third of their conference. And I think they're going to keep pushing on this stuff, especially when you have the 2012 budget, which just came out today. They're going to keep pushing for more and more cuts. So this is sort of the fight that's going to define this Congress.
With the stakes so high, the Republican speaker's refusing to say what it will take to get an 11th hour deal.
Now, what is a fair deal for John Boehner and the House Republicans? What is a fair deal? What constitutes a fair deal?
We want the largest spending cuts that are possible, and we're going to continue to fight for those.
It's been more than 15 years since the US Capitol last shut down in a power struggle between the Clinton White House and Republican Speaker Newt Gingrich. Then Bill Clinton emerged the winner. But this time it's far from clear who would be blamed the most. Just listen to these tourists visiting Congress.
Last time it was Republicans, but if we are fair and balanced, it might be the Democrats this time.
There's plenty of blame on both sides. I feel like maybe our president has failed to lead.
I think he's a good man with good intentions. I think he's making some bad decisions.
I don't think the American people are interested in blaming somebody. They want people to fix problems and offer solutions.
Both sides say they don't want a shutdown, but with little or no progress in talks today, previously confident Capitol Hill insiders now say avoiding one is a 50-50 bet. Craig McMurtry, Lateline.